And the next witness is Abi Williams. Good afternoon. You've provided a proof of evidence to the inquiry. I think you're another person who lives in the village of Felton. Thank you. Now, I think you can also speak to some of the detrimental effects of living in that area. Can you help the inquiry with your own personal experience, please?
Yeah, so some of the things have been repeated, and I'm conscious that they might sound really trivial, but actually it impacts on our lives in many ways every single day. I've mentioned at the beginning of my statement that I've lived in Felton all my life, and I always thought it was quite a positive thing to live near the airport. We're talking sort of 10 years ago, and over the last 10 years it has just encroached on our quality of life more and more, and it's a nightmare now. It's gone from being a very positive experience. I was proud of Bristol Airport and very happy to live near it, and now we're choosing to move away. We can't live here anymore.
And overall, that's because of what? What are the key impacts on your life there?
So there's the noise, the aircraft noise. We can't sit in the garden. Working from home has been really difficult because every time an aircraft passes overhead, I have to mute myself. So mid-sentence, I just cut off multiple times in a Teams call. We can't sleep with our windows open. I sleep with earplugs every single night purely because of the aircraft noise, because it starts very early in the morning, it goes on till late at night. I know that they're not supposed to, well, they're supposed to have fewer flights between 11 and 6, but that often doesn't seem the case. And of course...
Would it concern you if flights were permitted, unrestricted, and able to be throughout the night?
Absolutely. I don't know how I'd have a good night's sleep, again, if it increases. I mean, it's most nights at the moment, and as you say, I sleep with earplugs and I can still hear it.
What about road traffic movements in the village?
The amount of vehicles going through the village has just increased exponentially over the last few years. As I say in my statement, there are lanes I won't walk down anymore because it's just too dangerous with cars careering around. Neighbours have had their cats killed. We won't let our cats out, and again, that sounds really trivial, but we can't let our animals out like they should be able to because it's just too dangerous. And we've got the taxis, they're the worst. Drivers most of the time. They park in people's driveways, they defecate in people's driveways, and then we have the airport parking has been awful in the last few years, and understandably the villagers, some villagers are very angry about this, and whilst I don't condone it, they do damage the cars, and that's just an example of how frustrated people are. And as I mentioned in my statement, outside our driveway, it's been blocked lots of times by airport parkers. They just dump their car and leave them for sometimes weeks at a time, and we can't get out of our driveway. And one of these cars was damaged by somebody, I don't know who, it certainly wasn't us. And then a few weeks later, mine and my partner's car windscreens were smashed, and we assume it was retribution for them assuming that because it was outside our house, it was us that damaged their car.
That's what you're living with today, well, I say today, normally, when pre-COVID, I suppose.
Yes, it's not overdramatic to say it impacts on our everyday life.
Proposal to significantly increase the number of people going to Bristol Airport, how do you think that's going to, what sort of results do you think that's going to involve for you?
I don't see that it's going to get better, it's just going to get significantly worse in all aspects. As I say, to the point where we were looking to buy a house in the area we're currently living with my parents, and we're now not looking at this area, just the mere threat that the airport is going to get the go-ahead.
Thank you.